Hi, my name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast, and this is my Makeup Monday for today. So today I'm going to play with the Lights Aglow suite again, but quite differently to what I did last week with the watercolour technique. I've been playing with the split layering circle dies technique. It's a technique I've wanted to do for ages and just never got around to it, but now I have. So last week when I was playing with the gnomes, I had a little play with the layering dies technique. Layering circle. What's it called? Layering circle technique. There we go. I've got it. It's a layering circle technique. So these two cards, I've just used 3 colours of cardstock. Then I went on and had a bit more of a play and I used 5 colours with this one. And this one I used 3 again. So it's quite addictive when you start playing with it. You just keep going and you keep playing. So let me put my phone up into my holder and we'll get started. Okay, so here are the cards looking down on them. So this sentiment is from a retired stamp set called Holly Jolly Wishes. Hung on to that because it was a nice Christmas stamp set. And I used the Merry Melody embossing folder. And this one, I used the Time Worn Type embossing folder. And I've used the Festive Pearls on both. And this greeting was from the Leaves of Holly. And I used the Bough punch. I got the Bough punch off my shelf and had a little play and sort of stuck them in. So these were the 2 gnome ones. These were my first little plays. And they're quite interesting to do and you get all sorts of effects. So it's the Lights Aglow suite. And I should have had it labelled, as I say every time I do this. There it is. So with these 2, I used, I'll just have a sip of water, sorry. I used the Glimmer paper, the specialty Glimmer paper, which comes in Evening, Evergreen, Very Vanilla and Gold. And I've also used, on this one, the Festive Foils. And that comes in Cherry Cobbler, Soft Succulent and Gold. So that's the Cherry Cobbler one here. So that's 3 colours and this is 5. And I thought I'd see if it would work with 4 colours. So let's have a little play. This could be a complete disaster. But anyway, so I've got my card base. It's A5 piece of card, soft succulent card stock. So I'm just getting that. And the Lights Aglow specialty 6x6 paper. I've got a piece out from that and it's 10 centimetres by 14.4. So we'll get rid of the post-it notes. And I've used the layering circle dies. So on these ones, I used the stylish shape dies, the stitched circles. On these ones, I just used the layering circle dies. So you can use either. So I've used these 4 here. On the gnomes one, I used 3 of these ones. I think I used the smallest, the next one, and that one. Pretty sure that's what I did. So the trick to this technique is that you have to, your largest circle and your smallest circle have to be the same. So either the same coloured cardstock or the same coloured glimmer paper, or however you're going to do it like that. So let's attach our designer series paper onto our card base. So So I hope everyone had a lovely weekend. We had lovely weather here on the Central Coast, and spring is definitely in the air, which is so nice because it's been quite a cold winter. Oops, didn't realise I put that much glue there. So Friday night, our 2 kids, adult kids, came for dinner. That was very last minute and spur of the moment, so we just got takeaway. And that was really nice to see them. Hadn't seen our son for nearly 12 weeks. Might as well be back in lockdown. But anyway, it was lovely to see them. So now with your circles, if you just put them all together like so, and then get a piece of tape or washi tape, something that's not going to tear your circles, just to hold them in place. I'm gonna do it this way. You can cut them individually. That's one way of cutting them, but you basically want to just cut them straight in half. So I'm just looking at how big my biggest circle is. So it's nearly 3 inches, so we want to cut at the 1.5, roughly the 1.5 inch mark. And because I've got them all layered on top, no, we've got to go this way, Denise. So 1.5, yes, they should all cut in half evenly. Let's hope. And it's a bit thick to get through because I've got the Glimmer paper in there, but that worked. As I said, you can cut them in half, one at a time. And I'll just remove my tape, and I'll keep that for putting a die or something, holding a die down on my emboss machine. I'll get rid of that little piece. Now, the other trick, I need a new piece of paper. Good paper, this one's getting a bit tatty. Well, it's nearly the end of August, so. Okay, the other trick is, when you've got your pieces, you put them all to one side. So you put them all over to the left. I don't see why 4 colours won't work, but let's have a little go and see what happens. So all over to the left. And then you do the opposite for the top one, or vice versa. So you put them, line them up all over. So I don't want to attach them down yet because I just want to see if it's going to work. You put them all over to the right. So you do the opposite. There we go. And then if we butt them up together, because you've got your largest and your smallest circle the same color or paper, I just want to, it gives you the matchy. Does that make sense? That's the technical term, matchy. See, because we've got the largest circle and the smallest circle, it matches. See, I've done a different colour for that, so I've done 2 large circles there. So that works pretty well. So let's go ahead and put them together. And I just use my my no-name snail. And over to the left, all over to the left. I hope my heads are not coming in. There we go. And the red. So this is using the Glimmer foil, the soft succulent and the cherry cobbler, and it's using the vanilla Glimmer paper. You could use glue, but I find the snail or the stamp and seal works best. Don't get quite as messy when you're trying to position them. Okay, so that's one. And let's do this one. So once you start playing, it's like, oh, I wonder if I could do it in these papers or this coloured cardstock or these glimmer papers. And you just sort of keep trying and experimenting. So Saturday I had a card class, and that was a technique class, and it was the cracked glass technique, and that went well. And on Sunday, my hubby and I went down and saw Phantom of the Opera. Oh, that's run out now. Phantom of the Opera at the Opera House. So we've had those tickets for nearly 2 years, but because it got postponed because of COVID last year. But we bought them sort of well in advance, so that was lovely. We've only seen one other show at the Opera House, and that was the Oz Ballet. And that was so nice. Okay, so if we do this, we can do it like that. And then you just put like a banner across to cover up your seam, to hide your seam. So let's have a little look. We can do it that way in landscape, or we could turn it around and we could line up these two ends and make it look like this. So these two don't match, but the end two do. I'm thinking, what am I thinking? Let's have a look. If we do it like this, that will fit on the card front, but then there's a lot of blank space. So I'm wondering if we do it like this. And I might put it flat down. I've popped these two and I layered these two flat. So 4 colours work. The 3 colours you get the flow of the same colour. So that's interesting. You just, honestly, you just keep playing and you think, how does this work? Oh, this is looking good. So 5, you get the outside and the middle one matching up. So if you cut more circles, you could have them all matching, but it's really interesting just to see how they work out. So I think we might do that. I'm just thinking. And then we've got our Lights, Brightest Glow and Christmas Lights stamp set. We could cut another small circle and put a sentiment on it and keep, but we still need to cover that. Okay, let's have a little think. If we go like this, I wonder if we could cover it with the ribbon. No, you're still gonna see. Okay, I don't like the small circle idea. Okay, let's put this here. Let's put this on. So I will get my glue for this. And with the designer series paper having the lines on it, that's quite helpful. So if I line it up there. No, I want to bring it across a bit. That looks pretty good, so I'll just mop up that little bit of glue. There we go. And I shall put glue on this one. So yeah, we had a nice weekend. Very nice. I hope everybody else did too. So don't forget, Celebration is coming to an end soon, end of August. If you want to place an online order with me, please use this August host code and I can send out, I can have little gifts for my hostesses then. It gives me just the money to to get gifts for customers and hostesses. So that's that. I'm just wondering, look what I've got right here. I don't think it's long enough though. I think I want it a bit longer. And I'm wondering if I should do it in soft succulent. I hope my head's not coming in. My phone seems to be very close to me today. I think I might do it in soft succulent. So I shall cut a little piece, a 1/2 inch strip. You can see I've got scraps on my desk that I've been playing with and cutting circles out. And I mean, you could do it like that, but then you've got to cover it. Oh, that is tempting. There's so many options. No, we'll go this way. And I shall use the Season's Greetings from the Brightest Glow, because that's a nice long one. And I'll get Evening Evergreen, because that's nice and dark. So I will see how I go. I don't want to bring my head in, but I've got to sort of come over it to look. Let's see how that worked. It's down a bit low. Turn it over. Try again. That's not too bad. We'll go with that. Oh, that doesn't go there. Goes there. Okay, now I'll grab one of my banner punches. I've got the Lovely Labels banner punch. So I might use this curly end one. Okay, so let's put that in there. Yep, that's in. And then I want to make sure I'm going to have, oh yes, so with my little chad that cuts off, what I do is I line up and just estimate how long, the same space, and I think that looks roughly the same space, maybe a little bit less. And then I just get a little pencil and mark it off. And I cut that off with my snips, and then I pop it back in the punch and hope I got it right. Not too bad. Now I have noticed that it's got a bit of an edge, so let's, okay. So that, I can put that on there with dimensionals, and that covers up our seam, as I call it. Now, I did notice that, that's not the one I want. I've got a little mark up here. So I shall get my Evening Evergreen back in. And I'll just do a little bit of daubering. Can you see I've got a little mark there? And I want to sort of hide that. And daubering your edges does just soften your edges. And gives a little bit of a shabby chic look. I've done this and got ink on my finger and then splodged it onto the sentiment. And had to start again. And that's not a good thing to do, especially when you've lined it up perfectly. You don't want that to happen. Okay, so I'll pop that there. And I'll get my dimensionals out. That was try number 1. Oops. And because this is such a long banner, I am going to put one in the middle so it doesn't go down, go flat. The cracked glass technique, the class I did on Saturday, that's not something I can do a video of because you have to go and put the panel that you're doing in the freezer for about 15 minutes. So it sort of doesn't lend itself to a video tutorial. Now, I have got that over too much one way, haven't I? But I don't think it matters. We can we can fix this with a few embellishments. There we go. So I've got these little things from the Bough punch. You could just sort of put those in there like so. What do you think? I think that look all right? I think it might be all right. I think I could use the big ones, but the little ones are fine and they're on my desk here. Handy. So because I've used dimensionals, I can just tuck this under here and hide the glue dot at the same time. But you could put a bigger leaf or a bigger die cut on here. And then if you want another one to hold the top down, I would get my take your pick tool or my little pokey tool and just line it up like that. I'm not sure if this needs any bling because the paper's spotty and we could do some bling. Let's have a look. There we go. So that's that, and let's have a look at the Festive Pearls and other bling that we've got. So they're really quite interesting cards to make, and I really have a go. So all I can say is have a go. Do we need a bow? It's the other thing we could do. Let's have a look. I'll do a bow and we can not use it, but that's okay. We can have a little try. So I guess you could do it with squares. I have no idea what it would look like with squares or ovals, but I guess you could. Maybe I'll have to do that bit of playing next time round and see what other shapes work out to be. But the circles definitely work out to be the best. Maybe I should move that. Anyway, that's our bow. The Festive Pearls are here. And these are the pearls that match the suite. Not that you have to use pearls that match the suite. I've used up all one colour, I think. This is soft succulent, but I don't know whether it looks like soft succulent. I don't think I want that. I think we'll go with the cherry cobbler ones. We'll put one here. And that just tidies up that space at the end of our banner. And we might put one somewhere else. Actually, we might put 5 on. So I'll put another one down there. And where shall we put this one? Down here somewhere? Yeah, why not? Not there. What about up here? Yes, because if we're going to put the bow on, I'm not sure about the bow. I think the bow, it needs something, but I'm not sure if the bow's right. Maybe I need to move this one. And you can just play and see what you can come up with. There's no right or wrong. That's why I love crafting, because there is no right or wrong. So I'm going to pull him out. And I'm going to place him up here somewhere. And I might make my bow a little bit smaller. And then I need to move this to maybe over here. and put my bow there. How about that? Let's see what that looks like. So I hope everyone has a great week. As I said, we are coming towards the end of celebration. And if you need anything, please just message me or go to my blog and let me know what you might need. I'm just going to trim this down a bit. So there you go. That is the layering circle technique. Do you like that? Super simple, super duper simple. And here are the other cards that we've made with it. So they were my gnome, they were my gnome ones. And these are my Lights Aglow ones. And they all look so different. So this one's got 3 colours. This one's got 4. This one's got 5. And these 2 have got 3. So you can, yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? It's really interesting. They turn out so different and they're really cute and have a lot of fun to have a play with. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Now, I shall see you on Friday for Card and a Cuppa. And I hope everyone has a great week and keep well and stay safe. Bye for now.